All right, we are on day 3 of our Swedish tea ring. We'll be making the glaze today. So in my bowl, I have measured out 1 cup of confectionery sugar using my dry measuring cup. Confectionery sugar will be in a separate canister. It's not the same as the white sugar on your countertop, so make sure that you use the one I provide on your tabletop. I also have added 1 tablespoon of softened margarine. I now am going to add a half a teaspoon, don't want to make that mistake, of vanilla. I am using a clear vanilla so that it doesn't change the color of my frosting. I want a nice white glaze. And then it tells me that I need to add 2 tablespoons of milk. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 1 tablespoon. And you could use water. If you don't have milk, that's fine. You can use water as well. I'm going to measure out my 2nd tablespoon. And it's okay if a couple drips get in here. And I'm going to start using my whisk and stirring my glaze. Now, what you're trying to accomplish with this is you're trying to get a glaze that is, you want it to be thin so it will drip off our whisk. But you don't want it so thin that it just falls right off the coffee cake. You want it to be of a consistency that it will hold onto the thing. Now I only put 1 tablespoon of milk in, and look at how thin it is already. So I'm not going to add any more, and I'm going to use my whisk to help me glaze this coffee cake. And I'm just going to drizzle, it's called drizzling, on the top. And when you go in bakeries, you may notice lots of things are frosted, and there's reasons why they frost. First of all, it adds flavor and taste, but the other thing it does is sometimes if the product is less than perfect, it covers things up. So let's say that spot right there was a mistake. I put a heavy glaze on there, no one's going to know that it is. And you just swirl it. And if you want to, you can decorate it with walnuts, chopped walnuts, or maraschino cherries, whatever you feel like you want to decorate it with, you can. I'm just going to leave mine blank. And so not to waste any of the glaze, I'm just going to use my rubber spatula and finish using it up. You know, Mrs. Rauscher, she's always talking about how you can clean the bowl so it looks like there's nothing left in it. And there we go, finishing up the last little bit. And you can see that it was thick enough that it stayed on the coffee cake, but thin enough that it drizzled and made it look real pretty. So your finished product, let's move it over here, looks like that.